I was started there when I was probably a baby. They had me there, and the story goes that I was always getting into trouble. And they would put me in the back with a pickle can. And in those days, the little girls always wear these really short dresses, and the pickle can was a metal, hard metal can. And my mom would forget about me, and then remember to come out, come get me when I was out of timeout. And I would get up, and there'd be a big ring around the bottom of my legs because I had been sitting on the pickle can. Later on, though, I got to wait on tables, run the cash register, peel potatoes in the back, make the chicken in the back, watch my dad, how he would always be able to cut a chicken so fast and then wrap it all up. The great thing about working at the restaurant was, of course, meeting all the people. When I did my first county council campaign, people would say, well, are you Smokey's daughter? And I'd say, yes. Oh, okay, well, then I'll vote for you. So that was probably one of the reasons I got elected the first time, was the good memories, because most of the customers for the restaurant came from Los Alamos. There was nothing in between, and that was a respite for folks. Folks would even come from having their babies in Santa Fe. Crick Corian talks that was the first place they took their daughter to, was La Mesita restaurant. Where my mom lived, if you know anything about rural New Mexico, it's like the families, everybody kind of had an acre of land, so it was my uncle, my aunt, my uncle, my aunt, my grandma, just down this stretch of roads, the washboard roads. But all those kids went to a Rancho elementary school, and my dad put me in Pojoaque elementary school. And I was crushed because everybody was going to the little school in El Rancho. And come to find out, a couple of years later, El Rancho school was closed and they moved everybody to Pojoaque. So I got to be with my friends. So I graduated from Pojoaque High School in 1977 and then went on to business college, Santa Fe Business College, and was out in 1979. Ironically, my dad passed away in February of '79, and then December of that year, '79, my brother was killed by a drunk driver on a Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. So my mom, very strong woman, because they had been in the business for probably 40 years with the restaurant, decided to keep it going. She wanted to keep working. She was a young woman. She was 50, I think 52 or 53 when my dad passed away. My dad would do the bookkeeping. My mom would get up at 5 in the morning and go make pies and cakes and do all that stuff and get it ready, and my dad would cook, and then he'd come home in the afternoons and do the bookkeeping. So I took on all of that aspect for the business. In fact, we even set up a Keogh plan for the employees